Welcome, everyone, to our Resonance Repatterning Healing Session for Receiving Miracles 2023. All of us here at Modern Holistic Health are thrilled to support you on your journey and to be a part of that force that you tap into when you're in need and that you draw from. And as a community of all of us gathered here together, we are a force together. We gain from each other's lending of our hearts for this work that we do together. So when you see those names there in the chat, know that behind that name is a beautiful soul who's rising with you and gaining mastery over the mind so that they can have enjoyment with life and be able to fully engage with life without being in a response pattern from a past event that keeps informing me as I'm trying to march along through my life. And then the past comes up trying to protect me, trying to guide me. But there's a place and a space where the past isn't consuming us, and all of our future thinking and possible worries in the future, fear about the future, discontent that I'm not where I wanted to be by now, and is the future going to be worse? All that future thinking and past informing, it kind of puts us in a pressure cooker that destroys our experience of the present moment, of this moment that's alive. And that's really what's real, is this unfolding moment. The past is a story, the future hasn't happened. And we'll be working together tonight to identify obstacles that are in the way of you receiving, engaging with, and embracing the life that you want. Being able to receive miracles in this year, 2023, lining up with your purpose, your mission to carry yourself forward with grace and strength. So, welcome, everyone. I'm going to do a little slideshow to guide us along today. All right. Can everybody see these hands that are loading here, holding those sparkles of light? Great. So, one of the things we want to think about today is my relationship to abundance, to plenty, to the opposite of I'm lacking. Abundance is about power, energy, and our ability to be successful. It's about contentment with what is while putting in the efforts to create the life and the meaning we want. I want you, if you haven't got a pen and pad with you, to grab one, because I want you to take some notes as we go along here. We want to have an abundance of energy, success, power, money, financial reserves, an abundance of vitality. I want you to identify an outcome that will make you feel truly abundant. So when I think about living this, I will feel truly abundant. I was thinking about this today, and my desire to be a grandmother is really high. My kids aren't ready, but when I was thinking, what would make me feel truly abundant? It wasn't the house, the car, this security, or that. It was actually the moment a grandchild enters our family. That's an outcome where I would feel absolutely abundant. So that's just like what I'm working with tonight. So what is it for you that would help you feel truly abundant? Don't judge what your mind offers for that, because part of our growing edge is really listening in and not judging ourselves and our thoughts. So we're going to just take a few moments here while you think about the outcome that you want. If you've got clarity and would like to share it, please type it into the chat window. Let us know. And I want you to write, I blank, whatever that outcome is, and I feel truly abundant. And those of you that are watching this video, we're glad you're here too. Please join in as if you were right with us. What is that outcome? What would that be? I'm lovable and I feel truly abundant is the first share in here. Thank you, Dennis. I have a truly strong, flexible, and healthy left knee. Yes, Dr. V, and add, and I feel truly abundant. Yes. I see myself laughing in joy. I'm fulfilling my created purpose, and I feel truly abundant. Awesome. Don't be afraid to dream big. When we're thinking about the outcome that we want, sometimes we've been programmed to keep ourselves small, to kind of hide our light a little bit, to fly under the radar because we'll feel safe based on our past experiences. I'll stay safe if I keep small. Let yourself stretch a little bit here too. What would that stretch be? Effortless living. I'm free and well to explore and create in my world, and I feel truly abundant. Plenty of money I can use for all my needs, desires, and pursuits. So many great ones here. Thank you all for sharing. So, as you're looking at these places, being healed from mental illness and free to be me again, how will you feel when you have this outcome? I want you to think about all your senses. When I'm fully healthy and feeling truly abundant, I feel radiant. That's the word that just came to my mind. I would feel radiant. How will you feel when you have this outcome? Share with us here in the chat. Mm, beautiful. How do you feel? I want you to really see if you can imagine that outcome and notice the feeling of you in that outcome. I'll feel happy, filled with joy. I feel like I want to dance. I see in there alive and vibrant. I feel whole, light. I feel truly blessed and grateful for all of life. So we want to be resonating with our outcomes and resonating with these great feelings, feeling wonder, ecstasy, connection, feeling loved by the universe. All of these are awesome. Resonance is vibration, energy. When we have energy for something, we're resonating with it. When we're lacking energy for something, we're not resonating with it. What we resonate with, we experience with ease, we manifest with ease. It appears readily in our life. And when we engage with what we resonate with, we get energy from it instead of being drained by it. So I'm going to have you all say out loud, even though everybody's on mute, I want you to look at the note that you've taken on what is your outcome and how you feel about it. And I want you to say out loud what I have here with the underline. I blank and I feel truly abundant. So I'm going to check our resonance as a group. So I want everyone to say it, what you have for you. Truly abundant. So checking our resonance, and you might hear it in your own ear. Oh, we're lacking some resonance there. We're going to do healing modalities at the end so that we're resonating with our positive desire, our positive belief, and our positive feelings that go with it. Have any of you picked a word or a phrase for this year that keeps you dialed in on your purpose this year? Dr. V, limitless possibilities you shared with us when you invited all of us to come into this repatterning together. infinite possibilities, limitless possibilities. What is your word or phrase that helps you connect with your sense of purpose, having the outcome that you want? Fearless determination, fierce faith. Woo, I can like feel that come up my back like a bear. Trust the universe, Heather. Yes. What are the words that you can just repeat to yourself and you're instantly in alignment with what you feel called to be, do, or have in this next year? Loving connection. Yes. Yes. What are those words that you can anchor to? Joyful love. Thank you, Rick. Yes. You know, this is a very powerful exercise for me. When my husband died 20 years ago with a sudden heart attack, and I had four small children, and now I had to be responsible for the financial world of my family, my words were fun and easy, which was the exact opposite of what I felt. It felt hard and difficult. And so on my spreadsheet for tracking my bills, I typed a big headline, fun and easy. And I put those words fun and easy, I printed it out, I had it on my desk. So I kept fusing in those key words that were going to guide me through that year. And it was powerful, really, really helped. Doing the work without hesitation. Ah, unhesitating action has such power in it for manifesting what we want to desire. Let go. Rich and deep. A gift. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what these words are. If you haven't got it figured out by this point in the repatterning, that's okay. It might come to you as we go further in. So kind of just leave a little blank there in your notes and just write um, purpose words, and then you'll be able to fill those in if it hasn't landed just yet. Optimistic and confident, courage, calm and serene. Everybody's right on target here. All right. So we need to name what's that obstacle that we're facing. What negative action do you do, or negative habit or negative attitude have you not yet been able to overcome at this time? And it's hindering your path to abundance. It's hindering you from feeling like I can receive the good that's trying to stream to me. It's like it's coming, but I just don't have a basket to catch it or something. What is the negative action that you are aware of, or habit or attitude that's stopping you? Mhm. Impatience, negative self talk. Yes. We're going to create this statement that you see down here in the blue box to capture that part. And we're going to restate the outcome that we designed earlier in. Yeah. Procrastination, escaping from reality, patience, lacking belief in myself. Yeah. Anxiety and depression as a response, as a habit. We know that there's many well-worn grooves of being the way that we've been. It's kind of like our operating system got all this information from our past experiences and traumas and said, this is the way to survive. And yet we know now there's more, there's a better way, there's more for me. In this statement, you're going to say, I no longer choose putting myself last over having the heart abundance of, and then whatever your outcome that you wanted, your goal that you wanted earlier would be. So we're going to put these two together. I no longer choose blank, that negative statement, over having the heart abundance of your positive that you want. I'm living in love or above, for example. So I want you to write this in your notes, and we're going to say it together. I'm going to check resonance for, are we able to drop it and stop choosing that? All right, so get your statement ready. I want you to repeat after me. I no longer choose, name your negative, over having the heart abundance of, put your outcome there, you got it. Checking our resonance with it as a group. We are not resonating at this time with that. And that's what I expect. That's why we're here together. We're going to get energy for the things that we want. Whoops. All right. Okay. What do you need that will help you? We want to identify what would help me have this outcome. What do I need? When you get that need, like, I need support, I need to surrender, I need to let go, I need family love, whatever comes to mind, usually your mind is that first thought that comes to you. What do you need that will help you receive miracles in 2023? What will help you let something big and wonderful land in your life, free of resisting the change that comes with that? What will help you? Go ahead and type into the chat box if you have that. Many of you are contemplating it right now. What would help me receive the outcome I want? Guidance from God, welcoming miracles. Yes, what do I need? I need acceptance. Great feedback everybody's sharing. I need loving support. As you're identifying your need, what is it that comes to mind? When you have it, I want you to close your eyes and let a symbol come to your mind that stands for that need being met. If I need wisdom and clarity, what symbol shows me that I have wisdom, I have clarity? Trust your subconscious mind to give you the exact image that will be a symbol, a powerful image that will help install this new way of being that we're lining up with here. I need the courage to state my needs. I need garden growing, guidance from God. So while you're thinking about that symbol, sometimes you'll get several images that come to mind, and you can kind of just let them float in your mind and see which one feels the most charge with it. Like, it produces endorphins when I think about this image or this picture. Yes. Dr. V sees that infinity love sign. Yep. Gentle self-patience, Dr. V. Yeah, needing to get out of my own way so I can hear God's guiding me to what I need to do, Ren. Yes. What would that look like? What symbol would stand for you? Getting out of your own way and hearing God. The image of crossing a finish line, Giselle. Yes. A check mark, Trisha. Yes. Trust that symbol. Don't judge it towards anyone else's. What your mind gave you is what's going to work. If you haven't found a symbol yet, sometimes visualizing is hard for some of us. I want you to say to yourself, I choose to see the symbol. I choose to see the symbol that will help me, and that might help it appear. A flame of light, a key. Awesome. We're going to use this statement below in the blue. So it's going to be, I visualize the symbol, which allows me to, and that would be have that need, allows me to have safe self-patience, or allows me to have wisdom and clarity. And then you're going to restate your outcome again. So for this part where we're pulling it all together here, I want 2 volunteers to come in and share your statement with the group. When you come in as a panelist, if you're comfortable turning your camera on, we'd love to see you. So I want you to raise your hand if you'd like to come in with us. I want to hear what you've crafted, what this vision, this symbol is. Seeing lots of hands raising. And Dr. V, I want you to just pick 2 of them and bring them in as co-hosts. We thank you, everyone, for volunteering. Were you able to do that, Dr. V? You're on mute.
Thelma Fitzgerald is one. If you want to just check your phone or your device, just look at your invitation. And see, I closed my eyes when I did this. Who's the other one? Deborah Erickson. Deborah Erickson. If you want to check your device, see your invitation. If we don't see you come on here in a couple of seconds, I'll go ahead and go to the next 2. How about you, Dennis? I'm going to bring you up. Dennis Yamasaki. And Jennifer Ruth.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. So glad to have you with us.
It's so good to see you, Dennis.
Great to see you.
All right. So what will you be visualizing? Your need. And your need and your outcome.
All right. Let me get my notes here. So
Yes.
my everything's about being loved and being supported by love, right? So my symbol was lush red lips.
Yes. Yes.
And so I visualize lush red lips. Can't even read what I'm writing, which allows me to receive loving support, and I live in love and above.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Awesome. Stay with us while we listen to Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. Be sure to hit your unmute button so we can hear you.
Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Hi. I'm on my phone and I'm on my computer at the same time and couldn't find the invite on here. So, hi.
Persevering.
Okay. So what do I need? Yes. Hi. So what do I need to tell you? My symbol and,
Yep. I visualize my symbol, and that allows me whatever that need is, and then the outcome. Were you able to take those notes? Because I can pop up the reminder screen if you need to see the words.
Nope. I did take the notes.
Okay.
My visual is fire, is that beautiful fire sign, when, the emoji on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And the fire is reigniting my passion for my work in the world, and I'm now the fire is going to reignite my passion to create this new business. Yeah, I work on the spiritual side, but also on the music side. I work in the music business to help guide artists to take control of their careers and to not wait around for someone else to do it.
Awesome.
So,
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. So
yeah,
Dr. V
thanks
will,
for calling on me.
oh, you're welcome. Dr. V will release both of you back to the group. So those of you in the group, did you get your symbol that to visualize your need fulfilled and that outcome named? So at first, when we put them all together, we're not resonating with it. So I want everybody who's watching to give that verbal out loud again of your need, your vision. Whoops, that didn't work. Are you seeing the slide? I didn't see that either. Hold on. Funny, it's not, I'm clicking on it, but it's not coming. That's okay. We'll just have you say it. So I want you to go ahead and say, I visualize blank and finish that statement. All right. So checking our resonance. We're not there yet. We're getting the pieces together. All right. So next we want to look at abundance from the window of the 5 elements. So I'm going to try to recapture my slides here. It'll just take me a moment. While I'm doing this, Dr. V, if there's anything you wanted to add in. And everyone who had your hand raised, go ahead and unraise it. Just take me a second to recapture my slideshow.
And if you need, Rosita, if you want, I always keep forgetting I'm on mute. If you want to send me the link, I can always open it from my side too.
Okay. I found it. Here we go. It's just loading. Slowly. Oh. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Loading, loading.
Let me see if I can find it.
Check my share screen again. I'm going to try one more time to go to the original. See if it will come on this time. Strangest thing.
I've got it here.
Got it? Okay, great.
Yeah. And so you just let me know when you want me to.
Go ahead and come on into it, and
go to
we'll
the
go
next
down to the 5 elements.
Okay.
So the 5 elements we look at as a view of a larger abundance system or body system. So water element, that's how we connect to flow and reserves. And we think about that with our bladder, with kidneys. The earth element, that's where contentment exists. And there's a natural sense of being provided for. And that's anchored in the spleen and stomach. The metal element, lung and large intestine, that is about feeling valued, having a sense of self-worth, no matter what I'm earning. I feel high self-esteem. The wood element, we think of liver and gallbladder. And that's always about growth and the direction of growth, and also what we identify with. Am I okay being a mustard seed and not an oak tree? If I'm going to grow into a mustard plant, I'm going to be proudly mustard and not feel less than the mighty oak. So, really accepting and honoring our true identity. And then that fire element, we think of heart, we think of the triple heater that serves the thyroid gland, and small intestine is also involved there, heart protector. So the fire element is that joyful place where we have pleasure, where we have fun with others. And so I picked 5 statements here in the next slide when you're ready, Dr. V, for each of these elements. And as you look through this list, you may find 1, 2, or 3 of them that really speak to you. And I'm going to read them out while we examine them. Water element, if you think about deep, still water, that's what we bring with our listening deeply. So I listen carefully and bring clarity, and I have the power to act on what is right. Earth element, I trust that I'm looked after and my basic needs are met. Metal, I'm honest and direct in my dealings with others. I receive success. Wood, I move into new beginnings with a sense of excitement. Fire element, I create networks for positive change. And I laugh, ha ha ha, in the face of my fears. So I want you to write the one that you don't feel very strongly exists within you yet. And it might be all of them you need. Where do you feel your weakness in this list? Grab that statement, write it in your notes. We're not resonating with them yet, but we will. So from my end, I'm going to pick one to use for the group here, and I'm going to go down to that fire element, and we're going to use both of those statements. So no matter which one you wrote down, let's do this one together as a group. So I'm going to have you repeat after me, and whatever room you're in, go ahead and speak up, and we're going to do the ha 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 laugh right after I say, I laugh ha 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 in the face of my fears. We're going to say it like that when we get there. All right. So I want you to say, I create networks for positive change. I laugh ha 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 in the face of my fears. Great. Checking our resonance with it. We are not resonating with these yet. All right. Let's go to the next slide, Dr. V. Our perception of time. So in receiving miracles and quantum leaps, creating change that happens very quickly, it can happen with the smallest amount of input at the right time and in the right conditions. So what we're doing together is creating those right conditions so that when we put in a small input of energy, we can experience that change, that leap. I like to think about in quantum physics the discontinuous moment when electrons actually disappear. They're on carrying energy and information, and then they check out. They're not there carrying energy and information. And when those electrons are checked out, they're that quantum field of limitless possibilities. And if I'm made of atoms and electrons, can I switch things out? Can things change for me like that? And they can. So our perception of time gets affected here when we do this work together. So we can get stuck in what we don't want from the past. And we think about what I don't want, what I don't want, what I don't want. And we're not really living and acting in the present. When we're stuck in our feelings about the future, worry about something not working out, or the grief of what I don't have for my future, the fear of how it will land or the discontentment, we're robbing ourselves of living in the potent, pregnant moment. Each moment that's passing has so much power in it. So the statement that I pulled up for us is this one here in the blue box. I'm in such a hurry that I do not experience pleasure in each thing I do. The quality of our attention creates our feeling of time stopping, slowing, or speeding up. So if I'm giving my full attention to something that's a priority for me, even if that priority is doing the dishes, if I give my full attention to it, it can pass in just a few minutes. Versus if I'm doing my dishes and I'm worrying about this, grieving about that, and then thinking about that past thing, that activity is a pleasureless activity where pleasure can be just continually erupting as we pay good attention to each thing that we're doing. So I want all of us to repeat this statement. I'm going to check our resonance with this negative statement. I want you to say, I'm in such a hurry
I'm in such a hurry.
that I do not experience pleasure in each thing I do. Yep. And we've got a lot of energy for that. We're resonating with that. Go ahead and let's go to the next slide. Why do we have these time issues? Why are we in the past and the future and not here right now together? There's a long list of possible origins for our disorientation to time being a friend to us. It can go all the way back to your birth process and feeling hurried through the birth process. It can be our early childhood where we feel like my mother or father don't have enough time for me. It can be being in an oppressive environment where your curiosity wasn't given rein, where you were not allowed to decide what you want to do with your time. It's interesting these days, the concept of boredom gets wiped away with our devices. And in that boredom is a rich possibility of coming into the now and actually deciding what I want to do with my time. But so many of us and so many of our children, we're never bored because we've got constant distraction and stimulation coming in where we think we're deciding I'm doing what I want to do. But after we played that game for 2 hours, is that really what I wanted to do? There's another one here. I can't just stand and stare and do nothing. I was working with a client earlier this week, and she immediately said, oh my gosh, that's from when the car ride to school was so long. I had an overdose of that. Literally, I was in the car looking out the window, just staring out the window, which I liked for the first half hour. But the next hour was too much. For someone else, you may have been punished in your idle time as a little person. Don't just stand there, get to work. You know, we can hear those old words coming around. As you look at these four choices, if you feel like, ooh, I resonate with one of those, and it may be even just reading my birth process feels hurried, makes you feel uncomfortable. Or I get a little teary, or I can feel my throat tighten up. That may be the one that needs to be cleared for you. I want you to show me in the chat, which one do you feel like speaks to you? Which one of these needs to be released so that you can experience the magic of each moment of life and find pleasure in the present and receive your miracle there? You may have another understanding of why it's hard for you to experience time in a meaningful way that serves you, that's rich with pleasure. Yeah. Yep. I'm seeing a lot of you resonating with them, even two or three of them. Yeah, thank you. Part of what helps us have our breakthroughs is living with absolute faith that anything is possible and then acting on that faith. It's like being the innocent child mind that believes anything's possible. Being able to return to that is what's needed. So, first, I'm going to check our resonance with these negative origins, and we're resonating with those. We're going to clear that. Let's state this positive statement. When you say it, that anything is possible, I want you to be thinking about the outcome you want, the miracles you'd like to receive. For some of us, big healing is on our agenda list, physically, mentally, emotionally. All right, so I want you to repeat after me. I live with absolute faith that anything is possible. And act on my faith. Checking our resonance. We're getting strong there as a group. We've already got energy for that. Well done, everybody. Awesome. Let's go to the next slide, Dr. V. Time perception. So, what is it to practice the presence of God, to still the mind, to focus on each moment as it unfolds? These words that are in the smaller print right down here under it, we're going to do a practice here. We're going to do a laser focus on just these two lines of words here. And what I want you to do when you're reading that smaller print is I want you to see the white line between the lines of print. So as you read the top line, let your head, eyes flow through that line of white that's under it first. So just look at the line underneath. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world. Just look at that white line. The normal eye can make the white seem brighter than it is, which makes the words seem darker. Now, when you read the top, let your eye take in the white that's underneath it. So I want you to read that or repeat it with me out loud. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Good. I want you to read it again silently, just letting your eyes wander through the words, taking in the white that's underneath each line. That's part of our eye toning that we're doing before we get ready to move forward. Good. Okay. Let's go to the next slide, Dr. V. So our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between an actual experience that produces an emotion and an emotion that you fabricate through thinking alone. We're going to do an exercise together. And we can go ahead and pause the slideshow here, Dr. V. All right. We are going to do a practice of focusing and stilling ourselves at the end of the focus. We're going to do a whole body stature of power exercise. So I'm going to flip to my notes here real quick to call it up. I love this Spiral Up book. It's full of so many healing modalities. And it's on page 20 in here as one of the processes that we can draw from to help create change. So everybody, you're going to be standing up here very shortly. In fact, let's get on our feet. We're going to be doing the stature of power as preparation, and then we're going to go into stillness. So, what I want you to do is to come into your stature of power. And that means I'm standing in a way that I feel absolutely happy about myself and everyone here that's gathered with me. I just feel great about myself. So, feel your feet planted on the ground. Feel your chest plate, this part, moving out of the sunken place and straightening up. It's almost as if there's a little sprout here under your chest bone and it's reaching for the light of the sun. So feel that sprouting energy here in the middle of your chest, reaching up. There you go. Good. Okay. Now I want you to ask yourself, what do I contribute or bring to life that I'm happy about? What positive qualities do I want to embody? So we're going to use the phrase I bring for that quality that you're happy you bring to life. I bring calm. I bring joy. I bring acceptance. What is that for you? What do you bring that you're happy about? All right, so I want you to think, go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to say to yourself, I bring, say that positive thing. And now in your mind, I want you to say, thank you to Source. Thank you to God. Thank you to the universe. Breathe that gratitude in. And then I want you to say, love and let go. Love and let go in your mind. Let go of everything that is not love. Let go of fears, doubts, negative attitudes. Take a deep in your body, loving breath, and allow that vibration of life, your own breath, to expand and energize you. Breathe it in. Good. We're going to send our breath up and out, arcing like a rainbow. Now, I want you to open your eyes and look at me. So when we breathe together now, we're going to breathe in. And when we exhale, I want you to imagine your breath is doing this and coming to Dr. V and I. And we're going to imagine our breath is going out to you. And we're going to create this circle of all of us sharing our breath, inhaling, receiving that beautiful energy coming to us, and exhaling, arcing it up and out across the country to each other, to all of us gathered here. So I want you to even use your hands like this, directing it. Breathing in. Good. Sending it out. Welcoming it back from everyone. Sending it to everyone in the group. Collecting it back in, feeling that shared life, that we're breathing life. This gift of life that is our breath. Take it in. Bring it in. Use that receiving ability that you have. Take it in. Be a little like greedy. Don't just go, oh, take a little and I'll give you more. Pull it in. Where there's plenty, there's enough for everybody. Send it out. Welcome it back. Yeah. Good. Good. You got it. Great. I can feel you out there. Hoping you can feel me too. So we've got that cycle of breath going. Now we're going to focus on details. The details of being in your body this moment. Go ahead and close your eyes. Whatever you're wanting to be experiencing this moment, be totally here. What gets your attention? What detail? Is it that ache in my back has my attention. Give it your full attention. Don't deny it. Whatever detail comes up, whatever detail, give it your full attention. I'm trying to open my chest, and I think I'm doing it. Give that your full attention. Just notice details right now. What does it feel like to be here now? What has your attention? Feeling that awareness of everyone here. Right. I want you to mentally ask yourself, what is my pace? What's the best pace for me in this moment? Have I slowed down enough? Or am I too slow that I've kind of gone into freeze? Do I need to speed up my life energy a little bit more? Just check in with you about the right pace. What is the right pace for you? Letting things happen in its own right timing. I want you to think about the outcome you want, the miracle you want to receive. I want you to hold that in your mind and let it happen in its own right timing. Let your hands feel free and open, where I'm not grasping or desperate. Let your body feel free and open, and visualize the outcome you want. Feeling no rush. Let it happen in its own right timing. Be conscious of your higher self, your divine self, that part of you that is beyond your body, your emotions, your mind. It's beyond your circumstances, any of your past experiences. I want you to connect with that sense of my higher self. Some people call it that, my divine self. Be aware of that part of you that is not your body. Take a deep breath, connecting to that divine self. I want you to be quiet and still and listen to the words that you picked for this year. I want you to say those words to yourself and let them just repeat. Let them wash away all thoughts. I want you to place your hand on your body wherever your body feels like it needs support. Put your loving hands there as if you're holding a precious newborn. That same love and care in your hands, give to yourself. And now I shall be quiet, and I invite you to just be quiet, experiencing each moment as it unfolds. when you have had your outcome for 10 years, 10 years of achieving that outcome you named, what will you be like? What will you feel 10 years beyond that outcome? Let yourself imagine with all your senses what it could be like 10 years beyond that outcome. If you need to sit down, you can. What does it smell like, taste like, sound like, feel? What do I hear? 10 years beyond this outcome. Year 2034. Really let yourself feel it as real, because it is. I want you to nod your head yes as you see it. Say yes to this vision. Nod yes. Yes. Say yes in your mind. Yes. Say yes out loud. Yes. 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 Good. Thank you. Let's open our eyes. I want to hear what that was like for you. Any part of what we just did. You can share in the chat. Awesome. Oh, beautiful things. Camille, it felt a little scary. I see there in the chat. It can be frightening to see that love is that abundant for me. It can. Good. Tingling. Tears. So grateful that you went for it. You gave this to yourself by opening the doorways to grace. Yes. Good. Would anybody like to come in and tell us the details of what they saw in their 10-year vision? I saw Dr. V skiing with her would-be 19-year-old granddaughter at that time with healthy, strong knees and body. Raise your hand if you'd like to come in. Let's bring in C. Jill. Let's see.
I'm not seeing the raised hands for some reason.
I think it must be because I'm seeing them over here. I'm bringing in Jill.
Okay.
All right.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hi there.
So what's it like when your outcome has been achieved and it's 10 years down the road?
A piece of cake.
Yes.
Chocolate. It's got to be chocolate.
Yes.
Definitely.
Is that what you were tasting?
Sprinkles. Little sprinkles.
Yes.
I love it.
What what did you see?
Well, it wasn't so it was more of a feeling,
Mhm.
um, just a real deep, satisfaction,
Yes.
um, just kinda oozy,
Mhm.
just kinda yeah, I think that that's the right word, kind of
Yeah.
oozy and flowy and, it just extremely pleasurable and pleasant. Yeah,
Yes.
it's,
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Did you notice hearing anything when you were in that future state? Did that sense report? Because some of us, we really have primary other senses
Yeah,
in which we've experienced this.
not really. No,
Okay.
not really anything auditory.
Mhm.
No, not really. It was more of a sensual,
Yeah. You're
just a sense
empathetic.
of well-being, of well-being, nurtured, feeling very, very nurtured, and feeling that I being taken care of, just
Ah,
on all levels, just
yes.
spiritually, all the way down to the
Yeah.
physical.
That
Yeah.
sense of everything is provided for. I'm
Yes.
well taken
That,
care of.
yes.
That's our newborn desire. That's what we desire the minute we come into the world. We're expecting all my needs to be met and me not need to do anything. And it's beautiful
Absolutely.
that that's the state that you're in that flow. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I did it I was with you yesterday as well, and it was a and now I didn't realize I was gonna get a double whammy, a double shot.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I feel like I've been, uh, taken into the stratosphere, really.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful feeling to feel that much pleasure and joy, and, it's an eternal, it's inside of us. It's
yes,
inside of all of us, and it's there to share,
yes,
and, yeah, and we're just so, I guess, feeling limited or afraid, or I don't even know what it is, but I guess when we come together, and it's uh it's just it's I guess it's being together, it's easier to connect, maybe, or I don't know, but
mhm.
it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have one more question for you, Jill. When we
Sure.
were sending our breath to each other, receiving
Yes,
and giving,
yes,
what was
yes.
that like for you?
Oh, that was amazing. Oh, that was really it was the breath of the universe. I didn't really feel like it was me. I just it was just it was I can't exaltation is the word that came up. I don't know if that
Yes,
makes sense in this context or
it
not.
does. It does.
Yeah, and I just felt wonderful. It was just wonderful. The receiving and the giving, it was just in a flow, and there really was no receiving or giving. It was just this
Yeah.
constant flow.
Yeah.
That's
Once
so
we're
beautiful.
Yeah.
floating in that love, you can no longer kind of know who's the giver or receiver when you
Mm.
tap
Yes. And
in.
yet we all resist that, don't we? We just,
Yes.
well, I'm talking about myself, I guess, but I'm maybe talking to aspects of other people, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. But
This
yes,
is
and it's so not necessary, because everybody wants connection, everybody wants to be loved, and the world needs it. And all we have to do is be present and be who we are, and everybody will be receive us, right? And
Yeah.
they'll receive us the way that they can, and that's great. But I mean, it's
Yes.
the fact that we feel entitled that we can just be who we are and give to each other. I think I'm
thank
babbling.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
think that's beautiful. You know, what you're experiencing sounds like you are in a state of head heart coherence, like you are in
Oh,
coherence. So
uh,
you are able to, this is a state where you're able to change your brain waves from beta or high beta, which is where we always operate
Really?
during the day when we're all and a lot of people who have experienced trauma or who are
Yes.
chronically sick and having a lot of anxiety and depression and things, they stay in this high beta state all the time. But
Right.
where you get into this high where you get into this head heart coherence,
Yes.
which is what many call consciousness, when you are in the present moment and the past and the future are no longer controlling all your stories.
Yes.
This is where you take yourself into a theta brainwave state. And for those of you who are here tonight, who are in our mind body energy program, tomorrow Carla and I are going to be teaching you the science behind a lot of what we did tonight, which was designed to take you into a head heart coherence. And so a couple of you who said that you were struggling, Dennis, and I know we had a couple of others with the like tension in the body, you know, afraid of receiving. It felt scary.
Mm.
So don't beat yourself up. I want to tell you that first. Don't do that. Don't feel disappointed or
Mhm.
wonder, like, well, why can't I feel like that when other people were feeling great? How come I can't feel like them? I would invite you to change your perspective. This is a practice in learning to use your mind as your tool, because your mind is not your master. It will get you in trouble every time. We want to listen to our hearts. We want to listen to our higher self, God, talking to us, right? And so I invite you to, instead of feeling any type of frustration or disappointment or anger, or you know, thinking that something's wrong with you, if you're feeling any of those emotions because you were having some tension or you were feeling scary, instead, I invite you to practice using your mind as a tool and play chess. Let's look for other possibilities. So get curious about it. I wonder why my shoulders got tense. Well, that was interesting. And have a conversation with yourself. Start looking under start unturning the stones and figure out why you are feeling that tension. If you were feeling scared, what was underneath that? What was underneath that, right? So just get curious about yourself, because you have that power within you to change your perspective. You know, the way that we think of things, when it makes us feel heavy or negative or bad in any way, when we don't realize that we have the power to look at it from a different set of lenses, when we don't realize that, this is where we stay in that cycle of suffering. But the moment that we realize that and we start practicing mindfulness, you can change your perspective and you can go, well, thank you for letting me know this. Like, body, you got tense. Thank you for talking to me. Okay, tell me, what are you trying to tell me with that? Tension. What is that? Or if it's an emotion of fear or not being good enough to receive, thank yourself for feeling. Thank you, emotions. I know you're talking to me right now. What is it that you're trying to say? Right. And so I just wanted to, first of all, Jill, thank you for expressing how you're feeling and these changes that are really helping you in your healing journey, because everyone got to hear from you tonight, you know, an example of that head heart coherence, and that you can get yourself into a different state of mind, literally and figuratively. I'll go over the physical part of that tomorrow during our class. And then those of you who shared, thank you for sharing, you know, all of your thoughts and your feelings and what your body was doing. There's so much beauty in all of it. And so thank you for giving me the chance, Rosita, to speak my heart on that.
oh, you're so welcome. So welcome. So I just want to thank everyone for being here, and know that even when we're not gathered in a group, you can do that same stature of power exercise. of feeling yourself, inhabiting your body confidently, thinking, what do I bring that I'm glad about? I bring determination, whatever it is. Thank you to Source. Think love and let go. And then come into your own loving breath, breathing love in and radiating it out. And then connecting to your high self again. So I thought we would just ground and close with the big ha sound that we hold out as a nice long tone. And I want you to think about your heart kind of giving this big happy sigh with the ha sound. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and we're going to hold out ha to the end of your breath. Good. Well, thank you, everyone. That's what I have for our group for tonight. Take great care. Use those words that you identified. Get them out in your face. Get it on the cover of your journal. Put a sticky note on your steering wheel, whatever it takes. And so use it as
Yes.
support.
Yeah, sending you so many blessings for this year. We're sending you so much love, and we're sending you high vibe energy and lots of abundance and infinite possibilities for 2023. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening. Talk to you soon.
Bye, everyone.